Hello. The last loop which we are going to look at is the repeat loop. Now, the repeat loop is similar to the while loop in the sense that both are condition-based loops. However, the repeat loop is referred to as the post-condition loop. What that means is the repeat loop runs first, then it checks whether the condition has been met or not. So this loop is guaranteed to run at least once. That is very different from the while loop, which is a precondition and may never run at all. So if I'm to give an analogy for the repeat loop, I would say it's similar to pouring water into a drum without checking whether the drum is full or not. So there is a possibility that even when the drum is full, you still pour water into it because your instinct is to check the drum after you have run at least once. There are situations where the repeat loop is favorable. Now, let us look at the syntax of the repeat loop. What you do is you write the word repeat, then you put the instructions which you want to repeat. Then you close that loop with the statement until condition. In short, we are saying repeat these instructions until this condition is met. Repeat the instructions until condition is true. So the repeat loop will keep iterating as long as this condition is false. When the condition becomes true, we stop. All right. If you look at an example here, we begin our loop, our program. We initialize count to 1. We display count. We increment count. And we check if count is greater than 5. We stop. If it's not greater than 5, we go back again. We display a new count. We increase count to another number. And we check if count is greater than 5. If it is not, we keep doing it. If count is greater than 5, we exit the loop and the program ends. That is the repeat loop. It's that simple. I'll share some more work on the repeat loop. Feel free to pause the video and try to see what is going on. I want to talk about this repeat loop, mostly because it is being used to validate a mark or to validate an input. Validation of inputs is a practice that we do a lot in programming to make sure that the inputs we are receiving from users, they make sense and they are acceptable. An example of validation is when you ask someone for their age, you would expect a number from 0 up to 120, somewhere there. If you ask someone their age and they say they are -5 years old, that's an invalid value. You cannot accept such a value. So validation is something we do a lot, and we can implement validation using the repeat loop. Now, here we are opening our loop, then we are asking the user for input. Then after that, we use the if statement to tell the person whether their value is valid or not. And we are going to keep asking for correct information as long this condition is false. So if the mark is not greater than or equal to 0, and if the mark is not less than or equal to 100, if a mark doesn't fulfill this condition, it's going to be treated as invalid. So this loop is going to keep going back and keep going back until this condition becomes true. This ensures that whatever mark is passed on to the program is valid. You can look at the gender example and see what you can make of it. All right. I will hold this program. You pause the video and see if you can make sense of it. Similar logic. In this case, we just have a little bit of too many if statements and so forth.